All right, everybody, welcome to week one of this cycle. We're going to be talking about July 4th through Sunday, July 10th. So one thing to make note, July 4th is going to be a Monday, so happy 4th of July to everyone. We hope you guys spend some time with your family. We hope you all are having a wonderful day, but we won't have any class in the gym. So the only thing that you'll know is that the back squatting for this cycle will start on Tuesday the following week, but we'll talk about that in next week's video. So like I said in the rundown, we're gonna be working on some pause movements. The big thing here with the pause movements in both the bench press and the back squat is this. When we introduce pause movements, we're just spending more time under tension. The idea here is that if you can control range of motion, you can control how you're moving, you can actually improve how well you move and how confident you feel under loading. I always like to think about it this way. Everyone squats differently, everyone presses differently. There's a little bit of nuance in how you do that. Universally, the ideas are the same, but what I ask is that this cycle you pay attention to how well you're moving and what you're feeling, and you progress based on that information. All right, if you have any pain in the squat, you have any pain in the press, we can always adjust if need be, but you need to pay attention to how you're moving week one so we can build consistently. So what you're also going to find is that you're going to be seeing the deadlift is going to be introduced on Friday. Now, this deadlift cycle is inspired from something that I wrote about 10 months ago and I tried myself. You'll have to pay attention because it's going to be 4 sets and you're going to be using 2 different weights inside of these sets. You're going to be doing a 2x8 and then a 2x6. In this first week, we're going to start at an RPE of 7 for our 2x8. Just try to think about something that you have about 3 reps left in the tank. Then you're going to progress or increase your weight by about 5 or 10 pounds and complete 2 sets of 6 reps. So for example, I started this cycle with 2x8 at 275 and then I went to 2x6 at 285. Don't be a superhero and go 275 to 325. That's not how math works. That's not how science works. You can't progress that in a consistent manner over the course of 5 weeks, so don't try. The idea here is that we're reinforcing a lot of volume, right, and time under tension because that's going to help us build some consistent strength overall. You're going to see that the weightlifting is going to be bumped to Sunday just because of the shortened work week. And with that, we're going to be working on EMOM. We're going to be taking some single attempts on a shortened, condensed time frame. And this is meant to give you confidence and also consistency in picking up a barbell when you're tired. The last thing is that you're going to see this pressing cycle is going to be on Thursday. So this pressing format that I wrote, I also did this about 10 months ago. It's going to start with 3 strict press and it's going to continue on with 5 push press. Now the key here is actually training the lower body to participate across all 8 reps. You might not think about it, but creating tension in the lower body is generally a huge driver in how well you can increase your pressing capacity overhead, especially with the strict press. So what I want you to think about is stay organized and really create tension in the quads, squeeze your tush, and really be patient with that. Now, the workout of the week that I want you to highlight is this. It's called Chucky Diggins, and it's going to be on Tuesday. This is going to be our first of kind of this gymnastics volume piece, and I'm going to read it for you. RX Plus athletes, you're going to start with an AMRAP that's 10 minutes, 10 pull-ups, 10 box jump overs, and 10 strict push-ups. You're going to have a 2-minute rest, and then you're going to have 4 time, 30 pull-ups, 30 box jump overs, and 30 strict push-ups. RX athletes, we're going to be doing the same 10-minute AMRAP with 7 pull-ups, 7 box jump overs, and 7 push-ups, and I'd like you to take a 15-second rest after each round completed. You're going to rest for 2 minutes after that 10-minute AMRAP, and then you're going to have a 4-time piece of 20 pull-ups, 20 box jump overs, and 20 push-ups. Here's the key. When we're starting to generate volume, right, for my RX Plus athletes, this is really going to be a test in how well you can maintain shape. You can transition between 3 different movements, and where your self-talk is. 10 reps shouldn't be something that is tremendously difficult, but the conversation you're going to have with yourself is how long do I go unbroken before I have to start to pace? Now I would expect for my pull-up ninjas that you would almost be able to maintain sets of 10 pull-ups throughout this 10 minutes, but if you find that you're starting to kind of short your technique, you're starting to get a little bit cheeky with your movement, take a break. Take a nice big breath and then get back on the bar, because as soon as your position or your technique breaks down, that's going to influence everything else. Now with the box jump overs, you don't have to be tremendously quick here, but you do have to be successful. Let's not get any YouTube fails. Let's just make it over the box to the other side. Push-ups, this is going to be kind of the limiter for most people, and it's actually going to come down to, again, how well can you maintain lower body tension. Control the chest to the ground, lock out fully at the top, and then repeat across the entire 10-minute AMRAP. If you find that you're starting to sag in your push-up, just take a quick break. For my RX athletes, pull-ups are going to be done which is best to your current capacity. We can use a band, we can use ring rows, we can use kipping pull-ups. There's all sorts of things that we can do, but the idea here is that we're building week to week in our training. Box jumps or box step overs, I really just want successful, consistent reps here. We can vary the height if needed, but again, let's make it from one side of the box to the other side of the box safely. Push-ups, this is also probably going to be a limiter for most, but if you have to go to your knees, that's not a problem. Just organize that shoulder and hip because that's going to be the most important piece. Grab a yoga block if you need that. For both sets of athletes with this 4-time piece, this is kind of a test of where your capacity is at currently, but it's not a license to move like shit. Take your time, move quickly, but take a break when you need it. Overall, everyone, this is going to be a great training week. I'm really excited for the things that we have to introduce here. We look forward to seeing you in class. We'll talk soon.